Are you sick of Super Yetis getting stuck on walls? Me too. Here are 3 separate Super Yeti strategies I'll be covering in depth. Let's get you these 3 stars. So coming in at number 1, we have the Twin Yeti strategy. This is a really solid strategy that I've been seeing some pros use because it is just so strong. Here's the troop composition. Let's get into the replay. So with a base like this, I can enter from 12 o'clock or 6 o'clock. Doesn't really matter, I just chose 12 because of personal preference. Our main goal for this Royal Champ dive is going to be taking out this compartment here, then heading into the Rage Tower compartment to get rid of all that damage, because our troops would not be able to take damage like that from both Rage Tower sides of the base. It's also going to help set a sweet funnel for our troops, sending them into the right side Inferno Tower. One of the things I wanted to talk about as well is the troop launcher as siege for this attack. Make sure you have at least 2 super wall breakers in CC, because just before your troops hit the core and you deploy that launcher, it will shoot wall breakers right into the core of the base and open everything up for the Super Yetis. The troop launcher is very important for this attack. Without it, it's a lot harder to open the base up for the Yetis. Now that my Royal Champ dive is finished, I place some barbs around 6 o'clock and 3 o'clock. The reason for this is because we're going to want our troops to go in this way towards the town hall. And as you'll see, some of my troops split and went this way towards the outside of the base. So if those trash buildings weren't cleared, they would have went all the way around the outside, and that would not have been a walk in the park for us. Another piece of equipment I like to use for these Super Yeti strategies is the Life Gem. It also provides so much extra HP for your Super Yetis, the defenses will have a hard time taking them down. So with these Super Yeti strategies, I also found you need to place the jump spell perfect, or you will find yourself time failing a lot. Same thing with the super wall breakers. You need to be smart with placement. It's also a good idea to save one for the end of a base when most defenses are down and Yetis just need to walk through. Look at how the troop launcher is shooting those wall breakers right where they need to be. This is why the siege is so important for this attack. It can get those super wall breakers right where you normally have a hard time getting them to. Now I know there is a bunch of damage incoming with that Rage Tower, so I popped that Warden ability to start the healing tone. I used the King ability to open all that good stuff up, Spiky Ball doing its thing. Now this is what I mean by you have to perfect the placement with the jump spell. I should have dropped it more here so my troops could jump over into both compartments. And I should have saved the super wall breaker for this moment in case time is an issue. But now, with everything placed down, I'll speed this up and let's get into the second variation. With this variation, we have the Root Rider combo. I personally love this one because it makes getting through walls so much easier. We're swapping the troop launcher for the blimp because we don't need the launcher for the wall breakers anymore, and we can blimp to any compartment we want to take out. So, just looking at this base, it was a pretty weird layout. I wanted to target that mono in either this scatter shot or this scatter shot. Didn't matter which one. With both of these compartments down, it's going to set a nice funnel for our troops while also taking down some key defenses, so our troops won't have to deal with that. Mono goes down, then she targets that multi-archer tower, which works well for us because I'd rather send troops in from the left side of the base anyways. No reasoning for that, it's just personal preference. After this mortar goes down, she targets the scatter shot just like we planned, clearing those 2 compartments and setting the funnel we need. Now I don't want to get too greedy here as she starts to take some damage, so it's time for the recall. Now that the Royal Champ charge is done, I place some super barbs to help assist the funnel. Now, I'm going to want to send my queen on the side here to go down this way and push all the troops in this way. Now we do have to keep in mind the town hall. As you can see, it might be hard to get our troops to stick together. Some might go towards the Inferno, some might go towards the town hall. There's a very simple way to go about this, and that's where the blimp comes in. I got 3 Yetis in the blimp. Don't even need to rage them up because there's not a lot of damage near the town hall other than the town hall itself. Now, when I place my blimp, I make sure the Warden ability will hit it so traps don't take down the blimp before it can reach the town hall. Use my King ability to open up that Inferno compartment as well as freeze the Inferno so none of my heroes get unalived. CC is out, but that's not a problem. They'll just head for the Yetis at the town hall. Now this is the part where I think Root Riders fit in perfectly with Super Yetis. The Yetis would have just walked around the base like this if that Root Rider hadn't been there to break that wall. The rest of the Root Riders all meet up in that compartment. The Super Yetis are taking a little detour because of those CC troops, but they will eventually meet back up with the rest of the troops because of the funnel we set with the Royal Champion charge. Drop my last invisibility on the root riders so they don't go down from that multi-gear tower. We want them to get through the rest of the walls. While the root riders get stuck on the multi-gear tower and fire spitter, I drop a jump spell for my Yetis to get through to the next compartment. Now with everything being placed down and nothing left to use, I'll speed this up and let's get into the next variation. Okay, now we're getting into the Mass Super Yeti. As you can see, we're bringing a revive spell instead of a recall. This is just to switch things up and keep it fun. No specific reason. With a base like this, I want to take out that Mono, Inferno, and get as much of the core gutted as possible. To do that, I send my Royal Champ right through the middle into the Giga Bomb. Now doing this is risky, but there was just too much value there not to do it. Now I do still have my Spirit Fox alive, so I don't drop the Invis right away to get some more value out of the Fox. Royal Champ goes right into the core like we planned, and everything is looking good. But there's a lot of damage in the core, so I have to be more careful about my invisibility placement, especially with that Rage Tower activated. Another thing I wanted to say is I do like Sneezy on the Warden better, but mine was just upgrading, so I went with Diggy instead as the second option. And that goes for all these strats. I really do find that Sneezy is the best option on the Warden, but that's also just my personal preference. RC gets frozen by an ice golem. Not to worry though, we already got the value we wanted. All this is just extra damage. We do also pop that last Rage Tower, which is perfect for us so we won't have to deal with it later. Now I start assisting the funnel with super barbs and place all our Yetis here to go into the base like this, while our Queen is going to work, pushing our troops more in towards the core of the base. Pop that Queen ability to help with the push, and everything is looking great. Check out those Electromites. They aren't as strong as they once were, but they're definitely the gift that keeps on giving. Drop the troop launcher so those wall breakers can start getting in there and open up the base for our Yetis. Again, the troop launcher is a must for this attack. Without it, the Yetis are going to have a hard time breaking through those walls. Pop the Warden ability as there's a bunch of heavy damage incoming. Now we have the King ability, a jump spell, and a revive spell. The King ability is going to be used to open up the end of the base, the jump spell is going to be used where needed, and the revive spell is going to be used on the RC when troops get a little bit closer to tank. With everything heading towards the town hall, our attack is looking really good. Our troops are going to swing around this way because of the funnel we set, and if you guys want an in-depth video on how to funnel, I'd be more than happy to make a video on it in the future. Now we get ready to use our King ability to open everything up and use our jump spell to hop over and get those last couple compartments. Revive spell for the RC to bring her back as our troops get closer to tank for her. Now, with one archer left, I'll speed this up. Well guys, this has been 3 different variations of the Super Yeti. If you guys want more stuff like this, please leave a like or comment what you want to see next. Featured clan hits coming out soon, so please be on the lookout for that. It's been Xan. Now go get those 3 stars.